So we have a little something from Home Reflections in the show today. Your indoor-outdoor set of 2 taper lanterns. $49.98, that is your sale price. Your 3 easy payments, $16.66. It's H464935. So I'm gonna go through these colors. And we have a lot to go through. So let's talk about it. Put my little glasses on. I believe this one here is silver. Next, we have them in the black. You can also shop for them in the red. And we have a few more that we will show you on QVC.com. We have gold, ivory, and navy. Do we have brass? Or are we out of brass? No brass in this one? Guess not. We don't have brass in this one? Okay. Oh, nope, no more brass. Brass and green, out of here. All right, these are great. If purchased separately, do you see their price? $155.95. Because Home Reflections, again, our own brand here at QVC, what we do is they bring really great, high quality, very kind of boutique inspired decor. But again, they take out the middleman, and so they're able to bring these to us at an amazing, amazing value. Carrie Lachlan is here. She is a home designer. She's designs for homes, hotels, television, all of the above, and was a fantastic dancer back in the day. Went on tour with all kinds of people. I know. Hi, Miss Carrie.
Hi, Monifa. How are you?
I'm well. Nice to see you. Let's talk about these lanterns.
These are like fan favorites within QVC. I have to say that I often let everyone know that, like, if you need design advice, if you have any questions about your home, you can contact me. And so many people do, a lot of times with questions, but I will say like 9 out of 10 times to tell me the love that they have for these lanterns or to show me where they have placed them in their home. These are fantastic because you have that varying height, varying sizes. So just 20 inches on the big guy and just over 17 on the smaller. But what's fantastic about these is that they have that small footprint, just under 5 inches. So as you can see in our footage right there, you can place these within your decor that you already have. So if you have this beautiful picture happening, but you just want to add a little bit more life with that light, these can just kind of snuggle right into any little nook and cranny that you have going on in your decor.
That's the beautiful part about these, like easy decorating, which I appreciate.
Yes.
We're turning the lights on the ones that we have here on the set so people can kind of see this beautiful glow. But there are 2 sizes, a medium and a large. So the medium is going to be just a little over 17 inches tall, and then the large is about 20 inches tall, which I appreciate. And then that taper candle, it's a 10-inch taper, so that's really nice. And I love, like you said, the fact that we get a pair. It's so nice when you can get a couple of these because you've taken kind of the guesswork out, which, you know, I've learned so much from our designers here at QVC, like Carrie, who always brings us these great little tips and tricks. So it's nice when you already have a pair and you don't have to think about it, or you don't have to buy them separately, because the price to buy them separately can sometimes be a lot as well. But our price of under $50 to get these home, you're saving a little bit over $11 off. It's really, really good. And we can use these indoors and outdoors, which is nice as well, Carrie.
That's absolutely. So when we are curating these pieces for our seasons and we're bringing them into your home, we love to think about all the different ways you're going to use them, not just how we're going to place them in one season, but you can do what I call shop your home with these. And that means maybe right now you stick them out on the front porch or maybe on the back deck or your balcony. And then, you know, the next season you're going to bring them in, put them in your foyer, put them inside next to your flat screen TV. I love these for your flat screen TV because often it's very difficult to find something to proportionately balance out that huge TV,
right,
but then also has that small enough footprint to be able to not block the TV. So these are great for that. These are going to be fade resistant, rust resistant, weather resistant, real glass. This is powder coated steel. And then inside you have that, I'm going to just let you hear it. This is going to be the plastic taper because they are indoor outdoor. But if you have another Home Reflections flameless taper, you can absolutely set that inside of these. And then right on the bottom is where you're going to put those 2 AA batteries. I do like to point out, Monifa, that there's a little black dot on the bottom of the taper candle underneath a silicone patch. When you push that in, that's going to turn it on. And then once it's on right there, that's when you can start to use that remote. So I just like to point that out to make sure everybody has it on. And then when you get it in there, you're just going to adjust it like you would a regular taper. Sometimes they need a little wiggle to balance them out, but then they're good to go. And you have this beautiful piece.
Nice. And then with that remote, you're getting a lot of timer options, which I appreciate.
Yes.
2 hours on, 4 hours on, 6 hours on, 8 hours on, which is really great. And different light modes too, which I think is very cool. A flicker or a steady on. So we love that. There's a dimmer function, so you can adjust the brightness of your candles as well, which is really great. And then I love the fact that you can hang these if you wanted to. So you have that hook here where if you wanted to hang these, you could, because they're powder coated iron and that beautiful glass. But love the versatility of these, using these outdoors. If you want, bring them in one season, just like you said. I do that a lot with my home reflections tapers.
Yes.
You know, I literally, I just kind of move them around the house as need be, and then I go, I want to keep it outdoors, so maybe I need to replenish and just buy more. That's usually kind of what happens. Or I go, I really like this set. I want to keep this set indoors. Now I'm looking for another set to go outdoors. So that's, you know, first world problems. But we love, love, love our tapers from Home Reflections. These lanterns are so gorgeous. All right, let's go through all of these colors again, because we have quite a few. A couple of them already sold out. So quite a few left that you can still shop for. So here's silver. You can
I
also,
like to call this a pearlized gray too,
yes,
Monifa, because we call it silver, but there's really a pearlization of a really warm gray. So I like to point that out, because sometimes when people hear silver, they're like,
yes,
that doesn't go with, you know, my blacks and my golds, but it is a really beautiful pearlized gray. So if you like that beautiful gray neutral, it's a great option.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that. And then black, I mean, everybody's been loving the black. It's been very popular today.
Beautiful.
Love that. Red. And not a bright, bright red,
it's
right?
almost like a, yes, exactly. It has that almost like a barn red. There's a nice depth to it. So it doesn't feel too like flighty and airy.
Yep.
It has a nice warmth.
Love that one. And then we'll show you all the other ones on QVC.com. That is gold. I love gold. I decorate in a lot of golds. So pretty. Ivory. We only have about 250 left there. And then the navy, which is so pretty.
Which is new.
Right?
So nice.
Love it.
It's really, really stunning. If you like those darker colors, but you want just a little like step off of like, you know, your darker brasses or your matte blacks, it's a really beautiful option.
Well, we only have about 400 to go around in the navy, so I would not wait on that. You're getting 2 of these, not one. Normally when you see a price like this, it's for 1 lantern. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're getting 2 of these, and very versatile. You will use these all year long. Look. 4th of July celebration, she's popping them out into harvest season. You go ahead and use them there all the way through the Christmas holiday season, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. Like, you will use these all year long, which is so great. And they're meant to be outside. That's the beautiful part about it. So if you wanted to leave them outside, you could, but you can also use them indoors. So have fun with these. Maybe you put a little bit of faux greenery, you know, around the bottom, or you kind of change the theme, or, you know, wrap maybe some fairy lights or something in there. Like, these are so nice, and I love the fact that they're not huge. Don't get me wrong, love the big lanterns. As a matter of fact, Miss Carrie, I saw the really big ones you guys had on. I think you were on with Sandra with those big lanterns. Love them, by the way.
They're fantastic.
Can't wait to get those home. Can't wait, by the way. But these are really nice, because if you don't have that big, you know, bigger space, or you just don't need a bigger lantern, but you still like to add a little bit of extra light, these are great, because you can kind of, you know, tuck them into a corner here and there, don't you think?
Absolutely. They fit right into whatever decor vignette you have going on. And I say it often, but light adds life to a space. So if you're looking at it and something's just not completely finished, or there's a little something missing, or honestly, if you just want to go vertical, because by going vertical, you're bringing that eye up, and then you also have all of this real estate below to play with. So with that smaller footprint, you can place this into a bathroom. You can, if you have a double sink, you can place it in the middle. You have that tile timer function. So these can be used as your night light. You can run these along your dining room table just as you would a taper, because it is that glass pane. You don't have to kind of worry about blocking people's faces or anything like that. But I love too that we show like how easy they are to just kind of pick up and move. So maybe they sit on your windowsill, but then when the sun starts to go down and you're moving onto your back deck or just sitting in the backyard, you just bring these out with you because they're so easily movable and placed wherever you'd like them.
And I love the variety of colors we have too. So again, silver.
Yes.
That's the black. There they are in red. And then we have a few others that we can show you on .com. We have gold. We have ivory and navy, which is our newer color, and it's very limited as well, and it comes with that remote. Don't wait on those. It's H464935. That's your item number for your indoor-outdoor set of 2 taper lanterns. All right, Carrie, I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a bit.